relegation. So at the end of this league, the teams that will probably finish in first, second and third positions will qualify to the top tier league, which is the FUFA Women's Super League. So largely that's the difference between the two leagues.
Okay, of course, Shafiq Mutebi, you've been following football for the last 8 years, can I say. What's the difference between Elite League and, of course, Women Super League? Doves, of course, being crowned as champions. I know you have to on this.
Yeah, I think Joel has said it all. The difference as in terms of competition, I think you will see the difference on the pitch, first of all, because FUFA Women's Super League is the top tier, and you've seen the competition has been so stiff, mainly getting even the champion after emerging second in Group B. That is led Doves with 8 points. So the difference, I think, you would see on the pitch, that the way the teams prepare, the way they do things, I think everyone has been covering women football. You can see the difference in terms of preparation, in terms of competitions, and in terms of age bracket, because in Super League, you would see players between 18 and 24, and in the FUFA Women Elite League, you see more of the players from schools, secondary schools, that is 15 years, 16 years, 17 years. So I think there is a difference also in terms of age brackets, and in terms of coaching, because the qualifications are a bit low in the FUFA Women Elite League. I think the minimum requirement in coaching is level 1, and in Super League, the minimum requirement for a coach to be on the touchline, you have to be with a CAF C license. So I think there is a bit of difference in terms of competition, in terms of preparations, and maybe in terms of coaching.
Okay, and of course, it's Group A of the FUFA Women's League. The group that has got, of course, Ezageza, Aluero Giants, Gafford Ladies and Kings of Kings. 4 teams that have been tussling it out for the 2 spots to see them in the quarterfinals yet to come. Of course, a quick recap, Joel. Group A, 4 teams. Of course, Asubo emerging as one of the giants in this group, having played in the Super League some time back. Yeah. Try to, of course, create that little image on what Group A shall be possessing in this league.
You clearly talked about it. On paper, you'd think Asubo Gafford Ladies hold a big chance in there because they have the experience. You've talked about it. They have played in this league since 2015, one of the founding members of the first edition. So you clearly believe they have the experience. They have the players in there that have the experience as well. If you talk about the captain Shakira Mutiwa, if you talk about players like Shiba Zwaroango, talk about players like Divine Mirembe, clearly you see there's a bit of a difference between them and the rest of the teams. But we all know is what matters most at the end of the day is what happens here at the pitch. So I won't say it's Gafford that will go straight through, but clearly for me, I think if they go through, it won't be a surprise to me. Then for King of Kings, I would say coming into the season, their debut season, because this is the first time they're playing into the season, and they hail from Fort Portal, the tourism city, one of the emerging sides in there. I would say it's becoming a hub of women's football for Fort Portal. If you know some players that have emerged from King of Kings, players like Margaret Kunihira, they are now playing with Kawempe Muslim and on the under-17 national team. Players like Sumaya Komuntari, Sise Kabarwan. So it's largely a hub of young talent that is emerging from Fort Portal. And you believe under the stewardship of Coach Roger Sayesga, who was with Toro Queens, you believe they still have a chance in this group. You wouldn't take them for granted that they are new in the season. Probably you think there will be a show offer for every team. But I would think they will be in the mix for the 2 teams that will be qualifying from this group. Then for Luero, they're under Edward Lugorovi, a senior administrator, a senior coach. He name it all. He does literally everything on the team. I remember watching their game in the regional league against Mukono, and he came as the bus driver, and at one time he was the team doctor. So he literally does everything.
The morning had him saying like was even a former referee. So
yeah, but clearly you see the efforts he has put behind the team. Of course, if you know players that are that have come up the ranks from around rural region, Bombo, Mariam Nakabugo was at Kawempe Muslim. Such players have come off his hands, and you believe with the team now going through to the FUFA Elite League, it's really a big step for him as a person, but equally for the players that come from Luero. And I would say they're also new into the season, but probably you believe they can also put up their performance. Dynamic Jeza playing their 4th season and a new coach, Samuel Odong, and for him he came here with an intention of qualifying out of the group. That's what he said when I talked to him yesterday. And of course he had a bit of a challenge that most of the players were doing exams, senior 5 and senior 6, but now that is done. They have had a month of preparations and you believe they are now ready for action.
Okay, before we head into the kickoff, Coach Shafiq, what do you make of Group A?
I think Gafford has an upper hand in terms of experience. As you said, they have been in this league since 2015. So they have an upper hand because they have experienced players who have been on the national team, the likes of Shakira, Shibazarang, as Joel has said. So they have the best opportunity in this group. Then in terms of experience, again, I will call up Dynamic SS Jeza, playing their 4th league. Last season, before the break off or because of COVID-19, they had an opportunity because they are second, just for behind by then Tolo Queens, who qualified finally for the FUFA Men's Super League. So they still have an upper hand. Then you talk of the young lads, that is King of Kings. Besides playing their debut season, this season of the FUFA Men's League, I think they have an upper hand because they are like the academy of Tolo Queens, and you see what Tolo Queens brought to in the FUFA Men's Super League. So I think the 3 teams will be in quotation to fight for the two slots who will be in the quarterfinals. And maybe on the pitch, I would expect King of Kings to give us a good football on the pitch in terms of playing, in terms of possession, in terms of possessing, because we saw it in Tolo Queens, and I remember the likes of Kunihila came through King of Kings by then in 2018, playing the Nationals in Fort Porto, the likes of Smaya Komuntale, the likes of Nabuli Messi. So there are many players who have been through King of Kings, and we'll be seeing more talents in today's game. That will be King of Kings up against Subo Gafford, and today's game, in the first game of the day, that is Royal Giants and Dynamic. They will be meeting not for the first time because they were playing in Buganda Regional League, I think in 2-3 years seasons back. So they will be meeting again, and maybe somehow we would expect revenge from Royal Giants because Dynamic to earn their promotion to the final playoffs in the Buganda region, they are tussling it out with the Dynamic SS Jeza. So I think there will be some kind of revenge between the sides, and at the end of the day, I expect Dynamic, because of the experience they have, because of the players they have, I expect for them to get this day done against Dynamic, against Royal Giants.
Joel, Shafiq is saying Dynamic will get the day done. I don't know, what's the prediction ahead of the kickoff?
Equally, I would share the same statements because I think if you consider the experience like Shafiq told you, and they know have written there, they know how to play in there, and probably now with limited travels, playing under one environment, you would think they stand a big chance playing against newbies in this league. Of course, for well, I expect a fit of clay somewhere. Probably they would panic, but I think largely Dynamic stand a big chance in winning the first game.
That's it from the recap for Technical Center Anjeru. Of course, the teams are out for action, as you're of course observing on your screens. See you at full time.
Women Elite League here tonight. It is Luwero Giant Queens up against Dynamic Senior Secondary School in Jeza. It is a battle of the two sides that come all the way from the Buganda region. Hopefully it will be one of those clashes that will be leaving a lot to talk about at the end of the 90 minutes. The Luwero Queens, Giant Queens, all the way from Luwero, will try very much see if they can actually get the better of the students of Dynamic SS. And the question remains, who will be victorious today? Will it be the Queens from Luwero, or will it be the young lads all the way from Dynamic SS down that side in Jeza? Well, Dynamic will be putting on the blue and greens. On the other side, the Queens of Luwero are the ones putting on the other maroons and the yellows. And they'll be looking to see if they can actually get the better over tonight's game. Live and proud here tonight on your national broadcaster, UBC TV. Well, shortly, in a few minutes' time, the center referee will be getting this game very much on. Aisha will be the one in charge of this. And the lady in charge of assessing the referees today is Catherine Adipo, a lecturer from Chambogo University and also a certified CAF and FIFA instructor. The Queens from Luero on your picture right about now, you can see having a final talk just before they go down and play against the dynamic SS team that actually comes all the way from Jeza. Shortly, all the prayers will be done on one side, and there they go for the prayer. It is their first game this season, and this is the Elite League, which is basically the second tier of the Women League here in Uganda. Just like in the men's category, we do have the Super League, that is of course the Premier League. Then of course we have the big league that comes after, that is the Premier League. So this comes after the Super League of the women, which actually came to an end recently, which was won by the Lady Doves all the way from Masindi here just a few days ago on Wednesday. And this is the lineup for both sides. Actually they get ready to have the action coming up here very, very well here. For dynamic, jersey number 16, Bint Faiza Ibrahim, very interesting name. A very, very interesting name over there. Will be looking to get the pieces tonight. And also Cynthia Morgan, jersey number 11, will be the other footballer to look out for here tonight. But on the other side of Luero, all emphasis will be on jersey number 9, Achandi Teddy, and Namuyomba Lydia will be the ones going on to see if they can get the pieces in the goals today. Luero coached by Lugolobi Edward and dynamic coached by Odongo Samuel. It will be a chance to see how far the game will be manning up in today's game. Well, the weather down in Jinja, not very bad, I can say. It's a little bit chilly. And trust me, it's actually good weather for the game of football. And I'm very, very sure the ladies will be enjoying their match today. It's very early, so I think the running shall be limited due to the amount of dew in there. So Chiza Aisha will be the one in charge of this game, assisted by Nasolo Elizabeth and Chachio Victoria. As the fourth official, Naigaga Habiba will be the one also making sure that everything goes according to plan in this match between Luero and Dynamic. Well, the game is supposed to be getting underway at exactly 10 a.m. in the morning. And the referees are actually getting ready to actually come through to make sure that we get on with the match proper. Dynamic currently on your left side of the screen, Luero on your right side of your screen there. Who will be getting us underway? That is the question. Well, actually, it's the other way around. It's Dynamic on the right, Luero on the left. And like usual, there will be a minute of silence for one of the fallen administrators of RISA that actually passed on a few weeks ago. Well, his memory will still be remembered in regards to women football and the development of the game in particular. So there will be a minute of silence before we go to the game proper. Well, may his soul rest in peace. And now we shall be going to the match here properly. Just find out exactly whether there will be a very good result here. Still wondering why the teams are still on the line there. Whistle's done. We'll have to admit that we are just a few minutes late prior to the kickoff between Luero and Dynamic. The question remains, who will be victorious here? That is the question. Shortly we shall be underway here at the FUFA Technical Center venue, which has actually been very, very busy, or has been a beehive of activity in the game. From, of course, the Sand Cranes, who are playing here as they get ready, by the way, for that African Cup of Nations that will be coming up in Senegal also very, very soon. Then also to the one and only, that is the Super League of the Women that actually also came to an end recently. That was last week. Yeah. Still a problem here. Well, we're off. It is the first 45 minutes of this Elite League between Luero and Dynamic. And the Luero Queens will be looking to see if they can get everything their way. And Dynamic also don't want to start on a poor starting line in regards to the game properly. It's a long ball forward, collected well by the goalkeeper, Kabiri. Namusoke at the midfield, Naluboa. Tagire now venturing forward here. Dynamic Jeza will look to see if they can get everything, and of course the Queens all the way from Luero will try everything in their power to win this game perfectly, but unfortunately the ball just goes away for a throw-in. It's going to be brought in by Nagawa Dorothy here. Dorothy. Well, the referee actually says could have been a poor throw from Dorothy, even though Nalubo had received that ball. Kanyizi. It's a very big clearance there from Namuyomba, but up front to the goalkeeper, Kabiri Scovia. This is Scovia trying to venture that ball forward here for the ladies of Luero. Actually see the difference in size. If you can actually also compare the difference of skills from the Super League and the Elite League, well, these women are fighting to qualify for the Super League, but this is good football again. Christine Kanyizi swept away again. Very good piece of defensive response coming through there. Now throw in for Luero. Well, I have to admit, this is the first time that we are having the Elite League live on TV, so especially for the national broadcaster, Kanyizi. Now collected on the far side by Hadija Babiria. And the attack is on, long ball forward. Still a very much open-ended game, collecting and pushing. Ball goes out for a throw-in again. Through here for Luero. Well, you have to admit that when you look at the fixtures of the Elite League, very interesting games that will be coming up a little bit later. And we have actually even teams coming in from as far as Lira. They'll also be having a chance to play their games here, the teams from Lira. That's the difference of how things are panning up in this one. So basically you have also that is Bunyaruguru Girls also in this one. Then you have Amuria High School is also here, that is from Amuria. Trust me, it's going to be a very, very interesting competition, most especially for the first rounds of this. Chance away, dropping ball forward, but just easily glides away there for goal kick. Well, reminding you that just like the previous Super League, this is also divided into two. That is Group A, and then there is Group B. Then there is also Group D, surprisingly. Group D having the likes of the Shimaroons, Echoes, Lango Queens, and Wakiso Hills. That is in Group D. The Group C has the Ajax Queens, St. Peter's, Amoria High, and Vision. Then Group B has Kataka CFC, Rhymes, Nyaruguru, and Townview. Then Group A, which we're playing right about now, has Luero, Giants, Asabo, Gafford Ladies, Dynamic, and Kings of Kings. The next game coming up at midday will be Asabo, Gafford Ladies up against the Kings of Kings. We're coming up late at about 1 p.m. Uganda time. Well, slow start to this Elite Women game between Dynamic and Luero. Away by Achandi, just failing to keep the ball on play there. Whoops, bit of a raised foot. Probably a free kick here for Dynamic, coached by Odongo Samuel. Back by Namukose. Away by Binti. Binti again. Now defended very well by Ikoru Fiona. The referee saying that there was some bit of a slight offside in there, so it will be a free kick. It's free kick here now to Luero. Well, that's the flag up for the offside. Just 5 minutes of the game played, still 0-0 in here. It's a very big ball there from Nakagwa. Kataike loses possession here. Goal kick to Dynamic. Well, you have to admit that you've less information in regards to the FUFA Women Elite League. But one thing I know is that these two teams have met each other before, so they're not new when it comes down to playing each other. Dynamic and Luero. It's a very good play from the Super League that came to an end, whereby Ikwaput Fazia was actually voted the MVP of the competition and also the top scorer. And it will be the same Lady Dubs from Masindi representing Uganda in the qualifiers of the Champions League for the women. And these here are fighting very hard to qualify for the Super League in the top tier of Ugandan women football. Free kick now to Luero. They'll be looking to drop that ball forward. In the Super League we saw goals scored from such a distance. Possibly we can be able to see that too here. And it could be a Yukoro Fiona. Or it could be Nakagwa rather. Should be trying to send this ball forward here. Looking to see what comes from here. Here comes the free kick. It's a long ball in, straight away for a goal kick. You have to admit was very poor. Totally poor from the Luero United side. Scopia Kabiri will be the one to send that ball forward. Kabiri, who stolen away very cheaply, and now intercepted again. This is a Chandi, and she gets a corner. Good play there from a Chandi, trying to win possession. Unfortunately, it just couldn't come through her way. Corner. Brought in very long by Ndagire. Flowed away again. Aikoro. Trying to drop that ball forward straight to the goalkeeper there, Scovia. But the flag goes up for the offside. Well, free kick it is. And Kabiri Scovia will want to take the free kick herself. It's a big clearance there from Scovia. Very, very big. Christina Mugenyi allows the ball to roll out for a throw-in. And Tumanya will want to throw this ball forward for Dynamic. Not Tumanya. Morgan. Stolen away. Hadija beats one. Unfortunately, it will be a throw-in again to Dynamic. We have to admit that even you watching very well from home, you see it's very difficult to actually see the shot numbers from both sides, so especially for the Dynamic side, have a white background. It's totally the numbers faded away, and that gives the commentator a very, very difficult task to do. Now collected here at the midfield. were too sore. And that won't be a problem there for Dorothy Nagawa. Allows the ball to go away for a throw-in. Just about 9 minutes of this one played here. Well, if you're watching this, just reminding you that Horizon Vibe is actually on Magic 1, so you can follow that too. But here for now, we are doing the Elite Women League live on TV. Goal kick. Lillian Kataike. Morgan can't keep the ball on play. It goes out for a throw-in now. Namugenyi Christine looking to get this ball underway. They'll put away for another throw-in here. I have to admit that none of these teams actually would love to begin the competition with a loss, so they'll be trying their level best to see if they can go down and win their opening game. And this has actually begun very, very slowly. Not seen any serious chances that can actually disorganize the goalkeeper. Done very quickly there by Namusoke, looking to Kataike, now stolen away. Very good skills in there, repossessed. It's a lot of commotion at that midfield. Now the ball is dropped forward. Goalkeeper has to come out very quickly. Good arms from Skovia Kabiri. Fiona, jersey number 6. Now the 1-2 is not very bad. Here come the dynamic side. Long ball inside the D, collected well by Fiona Aikoru. But again, her clearance has been very poor. And that will yield a throw-in now to Dynamic 1 to get this ball very, very quickly. Nagawa. Venturing forward on side. Shadia. That's a corner. Corner here to Dynamic. And the corner for Dynamic shall be brought in by Namukaya Shadia. Should be the one to deliver this ball in forward. Fiona whips that ball inside very well. Punched away by the goalkeeper. Could be a chance for the shot, but no. It's a very poor, very, very poor strategy. There's a chance there for Dorothy Nagawa to actually get something inside. Wasted the opportunity of maybe getting a goal for herself and her team. But they still have possession here. Shadia. Well, they get a throw in. Throw coming up. Dorothy Nagawa will be the one to try and get this ball forward. Dorothy away to Nabukenya. Away by Ayukoru. Repossessed again by, now that is Natumanya a while ago. Well, you can see the coach not very happy by the look of things, Mr. Lugolobi. Is Edward Lugolobi, the coach of Luero. We actually had it a while ago from the analysts on the pitch that is actually one gentleman who does almost everything for his side. Sweeping ball away. Corner it is. It's a corner now for Luero. Luero's jersey number 2. That is Ndagire Chandra. It's an opportunity. That's the man himself, Odongo. Samuel Odongo from Dynamic Secondary School. Looking to guide his side into the Super League. Well, the referee says the ball has to go back and restart. Kaviri Skovia failing to start this very well for Dynamic. Fiona, Namusoke, Namukose rather. Dorothy Nagawa. And now stolen away at the midfield level. Christine Kanyizi intercepted again. It's a very good run through, but repossessed there by Namugenyi Christine. Trying to venture forward. Achandi away there by Nalubowa. Nalubowa again. It's Nalubowa. Lays that ball through. It's a chance again for Dynamic. But the flag goes up. Well, just failing to time her run there. Unfortunately for Dynamic, Namukaya Shadia was actually good napping. Well, this is the chance. Very good ball, you have to admit, from Josephine. And unfortunately, Namukaya Shadia was offside. Throw to Dynamic. Namukose. Getting back at the midfield level, collected well here. Namialo to the wing side, Hadija. Possessed again by Dynamic, stolen away by the Queens of Luero. Christine, foul. Doesn't look very happy. The referee warning the opponent, that was Kanyizi Christine, jersey number 17. I'm feeling the aftermath of that tackle there from the Dynamic side. We've seen a lot from Aikoru Fiona. She's who's been bringing the free kicks. Aikoru. Aikoru goes for the long one. It's a bouncing ball straight to the goalkeeper, Kabiri. Or did calculate that perfectly well, Kabiri. No disturbance. Fiona. Away by Christine. Trying to look for a Chandi. Good pressure here from Luero. Good pressure from Dynamic now. The game seems to be opening up perfectly well. Slow start it was, but now it's totally opening up with some good skills now. Long ball away. It's 2 against 1. Christine dodges one. It's Josephine. The response here again. Can they get? Yes, they do. Shadia Mukaya putting that ball into the back of the net there. Good start from Namukaya Shadia. Well, she scores the first goal, and now it's Dynamic leading by 1-0. The chance fell to Nalubowa Josephine, but she failed to notch it home, and Shadia Namukaya slots the ball on the rebound. Luero Queens 0, Dynamic 1, and the lady Namukaya Shadia scores the first goal here for Dynamic. But look at the move again, and that was Nalubowa Josephine failing, and the left leg coming in very easy from Shadia Namukaya. Good skills. Goalkeeper did well, Namwanje Shadia, but again she couldn't stop that from her namesake Shadia Namukaya. Fine goal, very fine goal here. Dynamic leading by 1-0, 15. Shadia Namukaya. Well, just about 17 minutes of this one already played, and it's still Dynamic holding the run. Can they do with this? It's a long ball, collected well by Nakagwa. Christine Namugenyi allows the ball to roll away there for a throw into Dynamic. Good start, very good start here for Dynamic. They're the ones leading by 1-0. The question remains, will the Queens of Luero respond? Tumanya stolen away at the midfield level again. Nabukenya. That just easily glides away for a goal kick now. Josephine has been the star player. Josephine again. That could be a foul for obstruction. Referee says no. Swept away. Nakagwa trying to look for Christina Mugenyi. Repossessed perfectly well here. The driving forces at the midfield, but the referee says there was some bit of a foul on the far side, and one footballer from Luero is currently complaining. Could have been a foul coming in from Jazza 11, Cynthia Morgan. Or Cynthia Morgan rather. This will be swept away by Fiona Aikoru. She has been the one doing most of the sweeping for the Luero Queens. Scovia, goalkeeping perfect here. It's confirmation of that. It's here Luero trailing by 1-0. Again, the pressure keeps on piling up. This is Shadia. She does deliver, and she wins a corner. Well, trust me, Aikoru has actually been very, very busy here. Just the number 13 there. She does almost all the donkey work at the back and also goes and does the free kicks. But now there's a corner. Sweet ball inside the D, punched away by the goalkeeper. Cleared away from danger. Ball back there from Natumanya. Well, she was going for goal, surprisingly. That easily glides away there for a goal kick now to Luero. Well, if you're just joining us, this is the FUFA Women Elite League. It is the second tier in Ugandan football. The ball forward, collected well. Now sweet ball and set away there for throw in. Well, those who will be watching the Horizon Vibe, Eddie Kenzo will be the guest on the other side of Magic One. Magic One is a television of UBC, basically for the youth and the lovers of music and entertainment. Magic One, subsidiary of UBC TV, will be hosting Eddie Kenzo. But now here comes a chance for the Luero Queens. Handball inside the box, really. I did see that. The referee, well, had her own reasons for that. Now here comes Naluboa to the goal scorer Shadia Namukaya. And again, it's the usual suspect, Aikoru. She's been a donkey there. Well, this was the tackle from Aikoru and the foul from Shadia Namukaya that gifted Luero the free kick. But now they waste that. Luero will be getting themselves another throw-in, rather free kick. Well, Aikoru shall be the one to go long now. Long from Aikoru. Away by Josephine. Collected yet again by Nakagwa. Regina doing very well, but the flag goes up for the offside. It's free kick here, 23 minutes and counting. Luero nil, Dynamic 1. The Elite League still driving on smoothly, perfectly well. Fiona Aikoru, foul on Aikoru. Sometimes you actually get very confused on which number Aikoru is playing, because she's actually almost in every position at the back there. But she sends it long again. Slight push, no foul. Natumanya to switch that ball forward. That is Namialo Lydia. Collected poorly. Controls still lacking there for the Elite ladies. And a good gliding header, but swept away perfectly by Aikoru. Throw in here. Natumanya looking for Cynthia Morgan. The clearance from Christina Mugenyi. Flicked back and controlled by Kataike. It's away by Kagwa. Aikoru does very well at the back there, Aikoru. Now we shall be having a throw-in. Dorothy Nagewa will be the one to send that ball inside. Well, the most interesting thing is that the pitch wasn't actually cleaned after the ceremony that gifted the Lady Dubs the title. Those are the small pieces you're seeing on the pitch there. The small papers. Those small papers that actually blasted in the air in celebration. So looks like the groundsman did not do his work. Aikoru. Collected by Namialo. Dynamic doing a lot of defensive work. Nakagwa. Kanyenyezi. Kagwa stolen away at the midfield. This is Naluboa. Could be given away, but they're shielding. Lady Queens from Luwera looking for something now. They're fighting very, very hard to pick the pieces here. And can they get something here? Though they can't. Free kick. Nakagwa beats one. Tries to squeeze that ball forward. She gets herself a free kick. Well, very, very good pressure coming in from Nakagwa Florence. She's trying to steer her side from Luwero to at least get something from the first 45 minutes if they can't get. Free kick. So Luero will have a lot to play for here. Can they get this through? It's a good set piece, good shot. Oh, no problem for the goalkeeper, Skovia Kabiri. She's been very, very comfortable with her goalkeeping skills, really. And she's totally enjoying her game. Well, it was a chance from Lue Toso. Regina. Regina again. Swept away there by Shadiana Wukenya. Well, this was a chance. Good shot it was from Regina Lutoso. Kabiri Skovia looking very comfortable. Josephina Lubowa. Ball just goes away for a throw in here. Throw coming up to Dynamic. Nalubowa, good control. Nakagwa. It's away there by Nakagwa Florence. Throw again to Dynamic. Nagawa. Nalubowa. Aikoru throwing her body on the line of fire. And now swept away by Christine Natumanya. Fight is on. Good play there from Regina. Collected by Chandi. Regina again. Foul on Regina. Free kick awarded. Well, they seem to be getting their groove back on play. That is Luero. Even if they're still trailing by 1-0, but they seem to be getting that groove on. Aikoru. Gliding ball back to the goalkeeper, Kabiri Skovia. And Woa, fine player, collecting the ball from the midfield. Away by Florence. Florence Nakagwa trying to drop that ball, gets another scratch on. Could be seeing the first yellow card of the game. We shall be confirming on who has received that. Shall be a confirmation later. Let me see from here. It looks like could be going away to Binti, if not mistaken. Binti Faizia or Faiza. Oh, there you go. Binti Faiza Ibrahim receiving that yellow. It's away by Josephine Naluboa. Repossessed again at the midfield level. Here they come. It's a dropping ball forward looking for Shadia Namukaya. Shadia, she's up against Nagawa Florence. Very good play from Nagawa. Just did not give Shadia Namukaya any chance to go through. Standing very, very tall she was. Doing her job perfectly well here. Aikaru, Nagawa Florence. Oh, it's a very poor clearance from Nagawa Florence. I don't know exactly what she was doing. I thought she was going to send that ball way far. Dorothy Nagawa. Free kick it was. Awarded to Luero. As usual, Ayukoru. Christine Kanyinyizi. Christine loses possession. Josephine Naluboa. Oh, that's a weird foul there. She's okay to continue the game. Oh, that's the lady that received the yellow card. Yes, Bint Faiza did receive that yellow card a while ago for the foul on Nagawa Florence. Throwing. Nagawa. It's away by Florence Nagawa. Nakagwa Florence rather. Now this is Dorothy Nagawa to get that ball forward. Florence again is there. Aikoru loses possession. Reclaims the ball again. Aikoru loses that ball away to Josephine, but she does again well. Solid as a rock. Aikoru Fiona. Just number 13. Shadia, the goal scorer. Nagawa. The captain, Namukose. Stolen away at the midfield. You look at the controls of these players. Very, very nice and good skills there, but stolen away. Josephine. Repossessed at the midfield. Is and is. Fiona does well. Just can't keep the ball in play. Easily glides away for a throw-in now. Throw coming up. It's a gliding ball forward. It's a very, very good chance on the run. Pin Fizia trying to open up herself. She goes into the box, and who else? It's a very good piece of defensive work there. Well, this time it had to be Namialo Lydia who had to come out to defend, and Odongo Samuel. Well, I think you'll be very impressed with the dynamic ladies as how they are playing today. Collected perfectly well at the back. Now swept away. That ball not going anywhere. Tumanya. Flag goes up. She's offside. Bint Fiza. On the far side, they are very close to the referee. Watching that perfectly well. Well, just reminding you that CAF, together with FIFA, are going to be starting up a competition which is actually dubbed the FUFA Pan-African School Games. But now there's a chance here. Could be a chance for two! Nalubowa Josephine makes it 2-0. Well, she missed in the first instance and scores in the second. Well, for the first goal she missed, and that was scored by Shadia. But now she gets a good pass and sweet goal, and look at this celebration. Sweet celebration, sweet celebration. Currently Dynamic are leading by 2-0, and they are beginning this perfectly well. Nalubowa Josephine scoring the second goal here. And trust me, the ladies from Luwero will have a lot to do, but look at this from Bint Fizia. The pass was exquisite and the finish was just super. It is just like putting the tomatoes on that Rolex, and that results into a sweet, sweet, sweet finish there. Good ball in, super finish there. Look at the pass from Bint Fizia. And then the finish, very composite finish there. Nice goal. Nalubowa Josephine making it 2-0. 10 minutes to half time. Florence, the goal scorer Nalubowa, doing it well for Namukaya Shadia. A little bit slow for that ball, really. The throw will be put in. Referee while telling them to go slightly behind Christine Kanyinyizi. Swept away. Oh, they are collecting this. Well, there's a flag go up again. Could be a number 3. Goalkeeper comes out and commits herself. Namwanje Shaida. Aikoru has been sent forward. Christine. Again doing well there, Christine. Nyalo. This is Christine Kanyinyizi. She's actually blessed with 2 legs there. Could have been a foul, but no. Still a much open game. Well, these ladies actually show some good skills. Like, look at that there for skills. Now collected. Shadia Namukai. Driving forward. Aikoru. Stolen away, but Aikoru was waiting, but it swept up front there. To admit that Retuso Regina has been playing very well. Christine. To the wing side, trying to look for Namuyomba. It's a dropping ball forward. Safety, safety, safety. Skovia Kiviri, very good goalkeeping. She's very composed at her goalkeeping there. Not in any one way has she been disturbed with judgment of the flight of the ball. Her judgment has actually been so super. And look at that for clearance. Away. Well intercepted. Now looking for possession, Nalubowa. Trying to drive. Well, let me actually take this time to say hello to a gentleman called Stevenson, all the way in Australia. You're actually watching it live on YouTube. Thank you very much for being part of the game, Stevenson from Australia. Now they are collecting, they're venturing, swept away by Kataike. Well, pardon me on the names, very difficult sometimes, but there's a chance here for Luwero. Can they shoot over the bar? Now this is the best that Luwero has come closer to a goal. Teddy Achandi, she just needed to compose herself and keep the ball low. Well, the coach of Dynamic, Odongo, won't be very happy with that kind of defending. But trust me, Achandi Teddy, that's the best you can actually ever get, really. That's the best you can get. Skovia Kabiri. Repossessed again. at the midfield level. Namialo cleared away by Namukose. Driving ball to the right, collected very well by Shadia Namukaya. And that's going to be an offside. Kanyenyizi Christine is offside. But look at this for a chance again. Look at this. Teddy Achandi should have done more. Should have done more, really. They had all the time to strike. All the time. But then also you have to give credit to the captain, Namukose Fiona, for closing on the gap. Well, you have to admit that slowly by slowly, the game of football in the ladies category in Uganda will keep on improving. If only the games can actually be on TV, the sponsors come in, the clubs begin working very hard. I think it will be very good to see these ladies perform and rewarded. Shadia Aikoru. That Aikoru, no, it's actually not Aikoru, but again you have to admit that that's good defense. That's good defense. Very, very good defense there from Luetuso Regina. Away by Florence. Good skills there. Now here comes Achandi Teddy. This is good movement, good football. Teddy Achandi, what can she do with this? She looks up, she beats her marker, beats again, in the D, cross as well. That's a chance, oh dear. Should have been a sweet goal, really. The move was so nice, but the finish a little bit poor, this time coming in from Ndagire Sandra. Well, you have to admit that was actually a poor ball in from Ndagire. But again, good skills there from Achandi Teddy. That's the beauty. Well, you admit that here we go from the response. Look at this here from Achandi Teddy. Gets the ball, boom, beats one, beats two, inside the D, uses her hand very, very well. That is here we go again from the reverse angle. Teddy Achandi. Look at how she uses her hand well. That's the handoff there, which is actually allowed. And again, Ndagire Sandra just couldn't put a lot of energy on that ball. But again, good movement. Throw here to Luwero. I'm very sure that some of the delegates coming in from Luwero are watching this perfectly well. Lydia Namuyomba. The ladies from Luwero are striking straight away to the goalkeeper Kabiri Scovia. Look at her. Very good composure. She's very relaxed. Well, some delegates from Luwero, if I can mention a few. There is a one, Rogers Mulindwa, all the way from Luwero. Not Lawrence, but Rogers. Actually comes all the way from Luwero, so I'm very, very sure that he must be watching this. It's a very busy man there, Mulindwa. Again, Achandi with her energy levels. Christine Kanyenyizi. Oh, that's very poor this time. Achandi Teddy was requesting for the ball. Just reminding you that later on it will be Asabo ladies up against the King of Kings. 1 p.m. there. I'm actually very impressed at the level at which Ugandans are loving women football on TV, following that religiously well on TV. From the Super League to now the Elite League. Odongo. Back to the goalkeeper, Namwanje. Regina, is that Regina? Oh, swinging away again. Dynamic looking for number 3. Easily glides away there for a goal kick. Straight up to the goalkeeper. It's a bit of good communication skills there from Natumanya and goalkeeper. Captain Namukose misses out on that one. The pressure's on here. Well, safety first, really. Safety first there from Lydian Kataike. She puts that ball away for throwing. Just 1 minute of normal time to play for here. Well, we have not seen any serious injuries to talk about, and judging from how I know the center referee Aisha, I don't think you should be adding any more minutes when it clocks 45. She does keep her time. Christine looking for Teddy Aikoru, and collected well there by Kabiri Scovia. Kabiri, bouncing ball here. Florence watching, it's cleared away. Still held up in the midfield there by Ndagire. Teddy's on side. Teddy again, she needs to release that ball. She does well. This could be nice for Luero, but now the flag is up. Well, flag was actually delayed, you have to admit. But Teddy Achandi has been the difference for the Luero ladies in this match, totally. Well, there you have it. The center referee, Aisha, does blow the first 45 minutes to come to an end here. It's a wonderful game, I have to admit. Began very slow, but actually the finishing of this was actually very good. And you have to admit that it has been the difference on Nalubowa together with Shadia Namukaya. They are the ones that scored the goals that are currently giving the side from Dynamic a win in here. The goalkeeper on the far side, Namwanje, has conceded 2 already for Luero, but the goalkeeper Kabiri Scovia on the other side has actually been very confident and very relaxed with her goalkeeping skills. But the team all the way from Sunday, Dynamic Senior Secondary School, are performing perfectly well here. They are leading by 2-0 in this wonderful morning live on UBC TV in their first Elite women game live on TV. For Luero, they have to do a lot of talking, and they have to do really a lot if they're to go down and pick something from this game in the next couple of minutes. So first half it has been Luero 0, Dynamic 2. We will be waiting to see what comes from the second half, and that will be coming up a little bit later. But for now, we shall be going for that break, and when we come back, it will be the next 45 minutes live between Luero and Dynamic. Don't go away.
What does it mean to be closer together? It's taking the last bus home for a surprise visit. Closer together is strangers finding a connection. It's bringing home something much more than a box. It's the warmth of home, or the beginning of something new. There's magic in sharing the things that we love, because it's those things that bring us close together.
Has anyone seen Bob?
Over here!
How did you get in there?
With my Airtel Money MasterCard.
But you don't even have a bank account.
Well, it's not a card. It's virtual, so no plastic. And it's safer.
But what are you doing there?
I want to buy Nancy birthday gift, book my flight tickets, renew my Big Click subscription, and order a shipment.
The Airtel Money MasterCard. It's not a card, but works just like one. Get one on the Airtel Money menu on your phone.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field could not be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite shows.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
2020 was the year the tourism sector got disconnected. But this year, we reconnect. To leads, growth, to industry experts, to wider markets, to untapped potential. Be part of the first ever virtual Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo and engage with industry experts from around the world. Find out how you can grow your leads, put your tourism business back on the map, and a whole lot more. Sign up for free at www.poate.co.ug/register and reconnect with your world. The Pearl of Africa Tourism Expo runs from the 27th to the 29th of April 2021 and is proudly brought to you by Uganda Tourism Board.
Food is more than just a great meal. It's even better when it's prepared with art. The Big Kitchen. Brought to you by...
Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
Well, thank you so much. It's half time at the FUFA Technical Center in Jeru. It's yet Luwero Giants 0, and of course dynamic SS Jeza, having those two goals coming in from Nalubowa and of course Namukaya in the first 45 minutes of the game. I've been joined by one of the women football encyclopedias in Uganda, Joel Nita, of course, to make what of course has transpired in the first half of the game here at the Technical Center. Joel, of course, I remember you saying that dynamic Jeza will get the best of the day. 2 goals up, 2 sweet goals up. What do you make of the first half?
I would say experience has played the part. Like we said in the preview before the start of this game, we told you Dynamic have played in this league now for the 4th season, and we're just coming into the league, and probably you would see the difference on the pitch. At first, Luwero tried to dominate proceedings, but eventually couldn't get that early goal. And when Dynamic got that goal, they eased the pressure and now playing very comfortably. Of course, even the 2 players that scored the goals, Aisha Namukaya has been playing at Mokono High School and has just joined Dynamic. Then Nalubowa Daffin played at Uganda Matters. So clearly you see, for them they have a bit of an edge in terms of experience, in terms of the playing unit that they have displayed here, and you clearly see Dynamic are really in control. So for me, I think we predicted perfectly well that Dynamic would take the dand. I think they're in the driving seat for now.
Some of the chances that of course Luwero missed out, there was a clear-cut chance that of course I saw them missing. To me, I think they must try to put up such chances if they are getting an equalizer in such a game.
Yeah, I would say Achandi Teddy has really given them the drive going forward. The shot number 9, especially in that chance that she got, dribbled past almost everyone, and they laid up on her teammate, but they couldn't take that chance. Clearly, they need to take those chances. If you're going to get a point today or in this game, you need to take away your chances. Dynamic haven't really gotten so many chances, but at least the 2 they got, they put them away. So for Luwero Giants, if you have to get any point from this game, and you know this is a group, you must get every game matters. You must get points every time. They must come your way. So for me, I think it's about them using their chances, and if they use them perfectly well, they can really make. Yeah.
Of course, that's goal number 1 for Dynamic Jeza.
Aisha Namukaya, actually, Aisha Namukaya hit on the rebound because Daffin Naluoa tried to shoot at the first instance, then the keeper saved, but Aisha Namkaya was well placed to make sure she scores from that rebound. And you would say there was a bit of lapse in the defense for Luweero Giants. They slept on the duty, and eventually Aisha Namkaya punished them. So for me, I think it's about using those chances. Every time that you get the opportunity to score, use it. And Aisha Namkaya, in that goal, she clearly did perfectly well to score and give Dynamic the lead.
Joe, what can Luweero do in the second half of this game? Because they need to at least get a point out of this game. Because remember, you're playing 3 games. If you lose such an opening game, such a fixture, trust me, it becomes more harder for you to come about these upcoming games.
Clearly, I would say it's getting harder for them. If you consider the 2 fixtures they have ahead of them, including Asuboga for the ladies, and you have to play King of Kings.
Yeah.
The teams we talked about in the preview that they could be having the bigger chances of qualifying. So the only opportunity that we would have gotten is having a point in this first game. So for me, I think it's about them using their chances. Like I said, if you get those chances, the scoring opportunities, take them away and make sure you earn at least a point. But it's really a mountain challenge for them right now, because 2-0 at the break, clearly, I don't see them bouncing back.
That's the second goal for Dynamic Jeza coming in from that street move. Of course, I've seen a lot of chances coming in from Dynamic Jeza trying to beat up those defense splitting passes. To me, I think Luweero must stand still in the second half of the game.
And clearly, I would say Naluoa Defin, the composure she had going through straight on goal and making sure she chose the spot perfectly well and trying to shoot very well, comfortably. Eventually, that ball going into the back of the net. You would see like the maturity I talked about, the experience. Played before at Uganda Matters, now using that chance to make sure that her team doubles the lead, and of course, getting that comfort ahead of the second half. So for me, I think it's about these players knowing exactly what to do and knowing to do that in the perfect time. So that's what Naluoa tried to do in this game.
Of course, that's the halftime analysis, Lawrence and Joel, of course, coming you live from the Fatakinico Center Anjero in the FUFA Women's Super League. Halftime here, it's Luweero, Giants 0, and of course, Dynamic SS Jeza having those 2 goals. See you at full time.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development, and consumer empowerment. An informed consumer is an empowered consumer. UCC supports local content and innovations. Driving the development of a robust communication sector in Uganda is Uganda Communications Commission.
This weekend on UBC.
We start with the chicken marination. This marination for chicken, the mixer. This fillet. Also this marination for awsal. This water for onion with some tomato and black pepper and salt. Awsal. Awsal.
Oh my God. Is that an Egyptian language?
No, no. This is
English?
Arabian.
Arabian.
Yes.
This is Awsal.
Awsal.
And this is
kebab.
Kebab.
Yes.
Guys, let me call this beef because
You can't say beef. It's all beef.
yes,
But it's different.
Outside is going to confuse you guys.
You
I mean,
know.
it looks so lovely.
Yes.
There are tomatoes. You have the bell peppers, red, yellow, and green peppers.
Green
as
peppers.
well.
But
Guys,
this
is lovely.
vegetable for eat, not for garnish.
This
This for eating, yes.
So you eat it like that.
Yes,
It has
very,
some
very
salt
nice.
in it.
No. Without.
it has
It's
to be
very,
plain.
yes, but it tastes very good.
Very tasty.
Yes.
Imagine if you're having this on your table in the evening at Nuri's restaurant and you're breaking your fast with your family or friends or any other person. Habibi, look at this. Isn't this lovely?
The big kitchen.
All right, welcoming you back to the second half in this match of the Elite Women's League. It's a battle between Dynamic up against Luero, Lady Queens there. And as we speak right about now, the students all the way from Dynamic are leading this by 2-0. Wonderful performance it was. Naluboa Josephine together with Namukaya Shadia, the goal scorers of that. So it will be a battle that will be coming up shortly. It looks like there could be a substitution coming up. And that's exactly what we are waiting for, to find out exactly who comes in and who goes out. Because everybody's looking at the far side of the pitch. And we are here. Substitution being made. It's Dynamic his way. It's Jazzy number 5 coming out and 7 is coming in for the Queens. Number 5 is Namuyomba Lydia. Okay, so that's how it is for the moment. Namuyomba Lydia, well, things did not work out very well for her in the first 45. I think that's the reason as why the coach, Mr. Lugolobi, decided to make more of that change. Just waiting for the referee to get us underway. The second half is on here. Currently it's Dynamic moving from the left to the right as the Luero Queens are moving from the right to the left. Dynamic jersey number 7 coming in is Felista Alesur. She's the one who has actually come through for Namuyomba. Maybe the introduction of Felista will do a little bit of a change for the Luero United, Luero ladies. So we have a foul throw. It's going to be a free kick here to throw in now. Oh, it's actually a free kick, surprisingly. I thought it was a foul. And this will be swept in by Fiona Aikoru. Long ball from Fiona. Collected perfectly in the midfield here. Intercepted away by Lydia Mialo. Kristin. Another foul. It will be Kristin to venture forward here. It's a very long ball forward. Good header. Looking for Sincere Morgan. Straight away to the goalkeeper, Shaida. Tries very much to keep hold of that ball, Shadia. Throw coming up now to Luero. Kristin. Another piece of defensive header there. It's the confirmation of the substitution. Well, I beg your pardon, it's actually Tambula who came in. That was Tambula Sarah. I beg your pardon. Alessuru Felista is on the other side, so Tambula. Oh, Tambula Sarah coming in there in the place of Namuyumba. Free kick for Dynamic. That was the foul a while ago. It's a collision of bodies. The goal scorer Nalubowa brought down, but still repossessed here by Luero. Namukose Fiona doing so well. This is good for Dynamic. Onto the wing side now. Sandra Ndagire. That's going to be a corner. It's good pressure from Dynamic. Very, very good pressure. Trying very much to see if they can actually keep the move on, as they look for more avenues and venues to get something into the back of the net. For Luero, some of the officials off their bench watching on this one. It's a very big ball through, away by Namukose. Brought back again in the D side netting. Tumanya. Scooping ball away. That's perfect football. Morgan. Natumanya using the space very well. It's a good pass. Pull up a handball there. No handball. There's a ball to one. Back by Ikoru. Shaida. Oh, that's good confidence there from Shaida. Now swept away, but given away. To the wing side, Shadia and Mkaya doing the chase now. Fortunately for her, the ball just easily glides away for a goal kick now to Luero. Well, Luero will do everything in their power. See if they can utilize the 45 minutes here to come back into this game. Otherwise, you have to admit, they're finding it very difficult to hold on to the gap now. Begun by Ikoru. Kanyinyizi Christine. Intercepted away here at the midfield level. Nabukenya drops it well. Oh, there's a miscue here. And the goalkeeper had to come out very quickly to save the day. Namwanje Shaida. Well, sometimes when you actually go for balls, you have to be very careful on how you clear them. Otherwise, it could be resulting into a miscue and a pass to the opposition. Achandi. Fouled in the process, Achandi. Well, she's actually the true definition of a striker. She's so good, so confident forward. Uses her body very, very well at Chandi on some occasions. Look at her now, shielding that ball, and oof! That's a collision of heads. That's very risky. Skovia Kabiri. I'm very sure that the scouts of women football in Uganda will be watching her very well, because she's been goalkeeping perfectly well. At least for the 45 minutes that we have already seen. So we don't know what happens in the next, really. Christian. Collected well. This is Regina. Looking for Tambula. Christian. Good play there from Aikuru. Dropping ball onto the far side. Christian Kanyinyizi. Can she keep the ball on play? The captain doing well. Namukose Fiona. Regina goes down. Now, that's a very, very good area, really. Very good area. And it looks like Nabukenya Shadia will be going to book. But she's walking away. Referee might be confused on this, but I hope she actually remembers who was fouled, or who fouled, really. And that's a confirmation to Nabukenya Shadia. Yellow card for her. She just walks away very, very innocently, but she just threw her leg there. It's very painful. You can see she took her time to get up, and she knew she was in trouble. She really knew she was in trouble. There's a free kick here in a good territory. The question is, who will take the free kick? Because this is in a good territory. Now, substitution. Cynthia Morgan is coming out. Still wondering why she's called Cynthia Morgan. And for those who have been following their music very well on Magic One, you know what I'm talking about for Cynthia Morgan. And the song that actually brought her to limelight in Uganda. But out goes Cynthia Morgan. And in comes a substitution here. Yellow card confirmed. Nabukenya, jersey number 2 on your screen. That's a free kick. Whoa! That ball didn't go in. No, it didn't. Now that was close. Very, very close. Was it a Chandi Teddy? My goodness. Oh, the goalkeeper, Shaida, allows it to roll back to her arms, but yet again, now that was so close. Dynamic. If they'd scored this, look at this. Wow. Good power from Teddy Achandi from distance. Now that did not go in. That didn't go in, but trust me, the power on that ball rattles the woodwork, comes back into play. Achandi Teddy, well, I told you she's been very, very awesome. Unfortunately, she has not been lucky, but again, good strike it was. But again, not yielding any goal. Ball away. Well, just reminding you that a while ago we did see a substitution for Dynamic. They brought in Namakula, came in for Cynthia Morgan. And ball just easily glides. Will be a throw in for Dynamic. Sorry, for Luero. Well, they still have the power to get something at Luero. Dropping ball. That goes a little bit out for a goal kick now. Just about 55 minutes of the game played here. 55, and there'll be another substitution. I hope it's not a Chandi getting out. Oh, no, it's not a Chandi, rather. It's number 2 on the other side. Nabukenya Shadia is coming out. And midfielder for striker. It's very disappointing for Nabukenya Shadia. She played very well in that midfield. Now she exits the game of play. Replaced by Jaze number 9. That's the lady in the names of... surprisingly, I don't have her on my list there. Oh, Felista Alessur. Well, Felista in for Nabukenya. Alessur, I think comes all the way from West Nile. It's a foul throw, this time from Nagawa Dorothy, failing to throw that ball in well. The referee was very quick to award the throw the other way. Now this is Florence will be the one to get this ball rolling up. Referee actually wants it to be rethrown because there's it's a free kick, not a throw. Here they come again. Aikoru's offside, but good arms from Kabiri Scovia. Scovia Kabiri. Away from Scovia, kept on play there. Collision of heads again. This is getting more and more physical here. All dynamic, looking comfortable. Luero putting all the pressure they can put in this, if they can really. I just reminding you that Horizon Vibe is actually live on Magic 1. That's why you can actually follow Horizon Vibe. It's Calvin the Entertainer on the other channel. And the guest for today, Eddie Kenzo. That's for the Magic 1 viewers. But here it's the Women League, currently panning up perfectly well. Oops. Ooh, somebody's head almost went off. But the game continues. Aikoru in room. Aikoru again. Quick feet Aikoru. She beats two. Again she beats. Oh, there's a chance here. Can they strike? Inside. Good save. Goes away for corner. Beauty of a game coming through. And good skills from Aikoru. Well, I can assure you, Uganda blessed with good strikers. Well, unfortunately for them, Namialo Lydia just could not strike that ball inside, but good save from Kabiri. Cleverness in Aikoru. There's a corner. Brought in long, controlled by Aikoru. Swept away. Now repossessed here by Dynamic. But this is Aikoru. 1, 2, 3, and 2 on the ground, and 4 good skills. Oh dear, if only that had gone in, it would be a beauty. It would be a masterpiece there. Long ball through, but over the bar. This time coming in from Tambula. Well, that's Tambula trying to get her work on here. Massive play afterward meeting this match. We're approaching the hour minute. Christine collected well by Kanyinyizi, but the referee says that ball had crossed the line. Began in very quickly. Florence with the rescue. The miscues there. Will be another throw-in. Another throw-in here for Dynamic. Ball long. Ooh, to the arms of the goalkeeper. Mwanja side. Aikoru chasing. Defended well there by Kataike. Brushed away by Nakalia. Very good football here. Regina. Aikoru trying to chase. The goalkeeper comes out, Scovia. It just looks like, really just looks like Luero seem to be coming back into this match, but they are 2 down. Still a lot of time to play here, so anything can still happen, really. Anything can happen with 29 minutes to go. Away by Florence. Collected by Tambula. Throw in here for Luero. Oops, it's a foul throw. Nagawa Dorothy will be the one to throw. She does well. It's a big throw. Looking for Tambula. Well, the chase is on in here. And Christian doing so well. But repossessed here again at the midfield level. Regina loses possession. A lot of energy there, you can see. Good energy. Positive vibes here. Babirie. Aikoru doing well. Gives it away. Swept away there by Florence Nakagwa. The rate at which we're having very many dummies in here is actually exciting to see that these lady footballers can fake very well and beat the markers perfectly well in the match. Well, that is something you learn. Oh, that's good football now. Very good run onto the wing side. Aikoru is inside the box line. Well-timed tackle. Well-timed tackle. That's a corner. Well, Dynamic bringing the speed. Luero now defending. And the captain, Namukose. That's a good tackle from Namukose. Well-timed tackle. Beating Hadija Babiria to the ball. This is a corner for Dynamic. Sorry, for Luero. Brush ball, there's a chance here. Can they strike? No! How many chances will Luero need to score? Well, in the game, it's the first mistake for Kabiri Scovia, but she redeems herself perfectly well as the game continues. Give it away. Well, this was the chance. Good ball in. Well, you can see Scovia Kabiri just falling on the ball well, calculating that perfectly well. Well, that's a very good control. Using the shoulder. Achandi loses possession. Away by Namukose. Collected at the back zone. That's good fighting there from Tambula. Dynamic will to go to defense. Here comes Luero. Another chance here. Another chance. Could it go in? Yes, finally. Well, they have propped and prop. Totally propped and prop. Well, they want to go to celebrate there, forgetting that they are goal down. Now that goal scored by a defender, Nakagwa Florence. Well, trust me, that's some very good pressure. Real good pressure. And Florence celebrating that. Good goal from Nakagwa Florence. Look at the movement of the ball here. They were looking for the danger woman Achandi. She was not there, but she did well. And good luck there for Nakagwa Florence. Luero 1, Dynamic 2. Goal from Nakagwa Florence. Finally, Kabira Scovia is beaten. Cross was good. Cross was good. Aikoru, that is, sorry, Achandi Teddy is really a true definition of a striker in the ladies. True definition. Her movement in the box is good. The way she fights for the ball is so good. Achandi. Well, let's wait and see if Luero can come back in this game. Like I told you, it's still a lot of minutes to play for. It's just 66 minutes played, 24 to go. Throw in here for Dynamic. Tumanya looking to get this ball forward. Long from Tumanya, headed away. Collected by Tambula. Repossessed at the midfield. This is good again. The goal scorer does well. Can they open? Ooh, the pass should have been in front, not behind. Go for Natumanya. Foul, Namakula Victoria fouling. Free kick here again to Luero. It looks like Luero has been energized enough. They need to utilize that energy well to get something. Christine again. Regina doing well. Stolen away by Dynamic, trying to switch the front side. It's very good work there from Christine Kanyinyizi, putting that ball out for throw-in. Shadia looking to get this ball in very, very fast for now. 3 goals in the starting match. 3 goals already. 2 Dynamic are leading, 1 for Luero. Dorothy Nagawa collected well. Well, nobody wants to throw this. Just remind you that this is the FUFA Women Elite League. The Super League came to an end. That was won by the She-Dubs. It's a good shot, but over the bar. Oh, the Lady Doves, right? Not the She-Dubs, but the Lady Doves, all the way from Masindi. The ones that managed to win the competition. Yeah, they won that very, very well. Fazila Ikwaput voted the MVP for her good performance in the competition. Shall be waiting to see who will be the MVP of this competition of the elites. Just to remind you that the ladies here are fighting for promotion into the Super League. That's why they're giving everything. Here they come again. Achandi goes in. Teddy Achandi, look at the smile. Just look at that smile there from Teddy Achandi. Oh dear, on the twerk. What a goal from Teddy Achandi. She needed that. She's worked for that. Like I told you, she is the true definition of a striker. Nice control, nice finish. It's Teddy Achandi. Well, she gets the ball through from here. Look at her positioning. Controls well. Boom! Goalkeeper beaten. Totally beat. Now that is a true striker goal. That's a true striker goal from Teddy. Positioning perfect. One control. Second is a shot. There. Bam! And bam! Well, by the time the goalkeeper Kabir remembered, it has gone in. What a goal. It's 2 Luero, 2 Dynamic. And trust me, wherever you're watching this from, you must be enjoying it. And there's still a lot of time to play, 20 minutes to play. Anything can still happen in here. Corner. Natumanya will be the one to deliver. Lenkona hits the woodwork. Over the bar. Now that was a big scare. From the corner, hitting the post. But I did watch that in the Uganda Cup. Byaruhanga Babosi scoring a beautiful goal. It was live on TV from the corner. Remember perfectly well. Now the pressure's on. Luero look the better side. Dynamic seem to be crumbling down. Ball goes away for a throw. Straight away to Saida. Achandi's offside. Mukose will be the one to send that ball in long. Trying to venture forward. Flick ball, not bad. Stolen away and defended perfectly well there by Ikoru. Remember that coming up late at 1 p.m. it is the King of Kings up against Gafford, Asabo Gafford. Well, that's the game coming up a little later at 1 p.m. Asabo Gafford up against King of Kings. Then tomorrow it will be Asabo up against Dynamic Jeza, as King of Kings will be up against Luero Giant Queens. That's for tomorrow. No foul. Natumanya stolen away. Florence. Lubowa Josephine. Nakula. Lubowa throw in here. Well, Namakula Victoria came in for Cynthia Morgan. Here comes Achandi. Look at the skills from Achandi. Namakula. Stolen away at the back here. It's a very poor sweeping ball. Goes away for throw in here to Luero. 17 minutes on the clock to play for. Long ball. Good skills again. Can they deliver this? They need to do the reverse pass inside. Here comes the chance. Scooping ball. It goes outside. Teddy Achandi will be very disappointed with herself. Well, she's doing a lot for her side, Teddy Achandi. Should have been 3. And again, good movement, good blessing. 1, 2. It's typical strikers football here. Just about 16 minutes on the clock. Free kick here to Dynamic. They'll be very disappointed with themselves. They were leading by 2-0. Now it's 2-2. Should have been 3-2 in favor of Luero. Now this Natumanya. Long ball. Straight to the arms of the goalkeeper, Namwanje. It's a very big ball for Fiona. Throw for Luero.
My dear, which language do you understand? I said it from the corner flag up in the penalty area line. Please.
Good play from Achandi. They're distributing the ball well. Looking for Achandi. She does ball in. That just goes away. Long ball there from Dynamic. It's given away to Luero. Hadija Babirie. It's an opponent coming through and stolen away by Namakula. Natumanya. Throw for Luero, for Dynamic rather. Manya throwing that ball forward. Energy. This match is Interesting, really. There's going to be a substitution. It looks like Bint Fazia will be the one coming out. Is it Bint? No, it's not Bint. Yeah, it's Bint. It's the other way around. Babire Hadija has been substituted here. Replaced by Nanweiso Aisha. Just good play, good pressing. The foul from the back coming through on Regina. She begins it perfectly. Now Lalweiso trying to nick that ball through. This is the goal scorer, Florence, and she goes down. Faris says it's a throw-in here for Dynamic. Florence, excuse. Luero get the throw. They're in a hurry, Luero. They actually want to win this game. Actually having a lot of urgency for a second goal, more than the way Arsenal was looking for a goal against... okay, I won't speak that later. Yeah, I won't say that. We'll be disorganizing some people, but now there's a chance here. Dropping through. Beauty of a goal there, you just cannot believe this here. What a goal! Sweet goal, sweet goal, sweet goal. And to cap it up was a good finish from Sandra Ndagire. Didn't see that coming. Surely didn't see that coming. I thought it was going to be a cross, but look at this. Just look at this from distance. Keeps it on side, looks up, boom! What a goal. What a goal there. It is the Elite ladies giving us some sweet football. No stopping that. From 2 goals down, Luero are leading by 3-2. What a game. What a game and what a finish there from Ndagire Sandra. That got me off my feet. I had to get off my feet and celebrate that goal. What a goal. The whole of Luero must be chanting right now because the ladies are cruising. 10 minutes to the end of the match. Like I told you, they were having a lot of urgency for another goal. More than one team I know have played recently. Now throwing for Dynamic. That's a very poor ball, you have to admit. Long from Aikoru. Well, that ball just is on the air. Look at this. That's good pressure, good energy from the goal scorer. She's shielding the ball. Ndagire Sandra. Looking to go to the byline here. The tackle throwing in. That's going to be a foul. And they are the goal scorers. Well, so it was a Ikoru who actually went very hard. We have free kick now to Dynamic to be swung in by Natumanya. Natumanya looking to deliver this. 8 minutes on the clock to play. Luero 3, Dynamic 2. Here comes the free kick. It's a good ball in. Away by the goalkeeper. And away by Florence. It's a goal kick now to Luero. Ikoru Fiona shall be the one to go slightly long here. Long it goes. 7 minutes to play. This game is still very much open-ended. Nalubowa looking to carry her side and swept away. Naluweso at the center of the pitch holds her run, Naluweso, but gives it away to Nalubowa. And it's a big clearance from Lilian Kataike. It's a very poor ball there from Natumanya. Plays away there for a goal kick. Nansha has been substituted, replaced by Namukaya. And trust me, she has been very, very well in the defense. Fiona Ikoru, she's been playing so well here. 5 minutes to go, just only 5 minutes to go. Dynamic 2, Luero 3. And just remember that we are playing in groups, so no one would like to exit the group early and get relegated. Everybody is fighting to remain or get promoted. That is it. Either you remain or get promoted. You don't want to be relegated. Fiona. Ball just swings away to nobody in particular. The chase is on here. Can they keep the ball on play? Oh dear, no you can't. But a good effort, very good effort there. Try and keep the ball on play, chase it. Fiona. Luero doing well at the midfield. That's a foul. Ooh, that's good control there. With the flag man down. Yes, it does. Teddy doing well. Christian trying to fight for that ball. Intercepted again by Natumanya. Intercepted by Nalweso. This is Aikoru. There's it for her goalkeeper. She's been working very hard today, Aikoru. Very, very well, and hope she's okay. The way she's walking, Aikoru. It's away from Saida. Repossess the midfield, Nalubowa. Christine away. Flicked back in the center of the pitch. Dynamic looking for the equalizer. Aikoru's there. Her clearance has been poor this time, Aikoru. She looks very, very exhausted. She has given it 110%, Aikoru. Totally tired. Totally tired, you can see. So by the referee's whistle, it's going to be a free kick now to Dynamic. 2 minutes remaining. Currently, I have to admit, the weather in Kampala is totally changing. And so is the same kind of weather down in Jinja. Well, if you've not yet come out, it's very, very chilly this morning as we head to the afternoon. So chilly. Teddy Achandi loses the ball. Now they're driving the ball, they're looking for the equalizer. Luero on the defense, Dynamic on the probe, stolen away by Luero yet again. Regina switches to the right. They're looking for Teddy. The flag goes up on Teddy. Yeah, she's offside. Well, just waiting to find out exactly how many minutes the referee will be adding here. Yeah, that's what we shall be waiting for. Well, she doesn't. Well, there you go. That brings us to the end of this match. Trust me, Dynamic will be the most disappointed side. They began so well, leading by 2-0 to the extent that the coach in Lugorovi was very disappointed. But second half substitutions and good performance coming in from Achandi Teddy, together with the lady herself, Nakagwa Florence, and a sweet goal from Indagire Sandra, were enough to bring Luero back into this game and beat Dynamic by 3-2. Like, of course, the scoreboard reads at the moment. It's been good football. The next important thing is what will Dynamic do in order to come back in the next game stronger. But for the coach, who'll be very happy with a good performance, Lugolobi, his side has played very well here tonight. But this game here ends Luero 3, Dynamic 2. Just don't go away, because we are coming back with the analysis from the ground and of course an interview with the coaches with more. But for now, we go for the break, and when we come from the break, the interviews. Don't go away.
Experience 100% 4G speeds across Uganda with the Airtel 4G Pocket Wi-Fi available at 123,000 shillings only. It comes with 15 GB free for 1 month. Visit the nearest Airtel shop, device selling shop, or Airtel online shop. www.airtel.co.ug/broadband-discover. Airtel, the smartphone network.
What does it mean to be closer together? It's taking the last bus home for a surprise visit. Closer together is strangers finding a connection. It's bringing home something much more than a box. It's the warmth of home, or the beginning of something new. There's magic in sharing the things that we learn, because it's those things that bring us close together.
It's no secret that ICT makes learning easy.
The strides made in our field couldn't be possible without it.
And now we can watch our favorite show.
My radio is my best friend.
UCC provides an enabling regulatory environment and policy guidance for healthy competition. We also facilitate ease of doing business in the communications sector through licensing, standardization, spectrum management, tariff regulation, rural communication development.
Food is more than just a great meal. It's even better when it's prepared with art. The Big Kitchen. Brought to you by...
Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there, and they never tasted this good.
Yes, it's full time at the FUFA Technical Center Njeru in the first game of the FUFA Women Elite League 2021, where Luweero managed to beat Team Jeza by 3 goals to 2. Of course, 2 goals down, and of course, coming in the second half, scoring in 3 goals. I must say, it has been a goals galore in the first match of the FUFA Women Elite League. But of course, I've been joined by the coach, Luweero Giants Queens, that is Mr. Lugolobi Edward, to give us a hint on what has transpired and what he has seen in the first game of the FUFA Women Elite League. Coach, ofunye obuwanguzi mupira ogusooseewo gwawumudde 2 ku bwereere ogwangudde go 3 ku 2 muli owulira otya?
Mpulira ensanyu lingi nnyo olw'ensonga nti abaana bange ekintu kye bakoze nange ku lwange nabadde nyinawe nzigweddemu essubi naye ekibadde kituleeteddemu obuzibu kibadde kimu nti namba 2 wange yagenze mu first half n'ayagala osamba nga midfielder naye bwe tuzzeeyo mu dressing room ne mubuulira ekyokukola then nenkyusaamu ne namba 4 abaddeyo ne muzza mu maaso ne nyingizaawo namba 4 omulala defense yange neetereera then ne mbabuulira na biki bye tulina okukola okulaba nga tuwininga game eyo nti eno engeri gyeri carpet tetulina gukubayo tulina kuba nga tugupaasinga bupaasings okulaba nga tufunamu win. So
oyinza okugamba nti mumpira nga guno tuyinza okubeera ngaokola tulabye nti eno wadde nga elite league kibiina kyakubiri tulabye nti waddewo komputindo ogubadde okusinza okubeera omulungi ennyo chances ozifunye n'ozicreatinga naye kati nnyo njagala tukyoluza ku liigi eno being nti game esoosewo kunga Luweero kyolowooza mu group eno ne liigi eno twalize wamu?
Kyendowooza ku liigi eno nti ku group eno nti ye group of death ettiimu zonna ezirimu bwe tunulira dynamic gwe tukubye aludde mu elite ate ffe nga gwe mulundi gwaffe ogusoose tubaddemu mu liigi kuba yabadde n'abasambi abalina experience abasambi abange baana bato gwe mulundi gwabwe ogusoose okusamba liigi eno naye bwe ntunulira ttiimu nga Gafford ngimanyi erina abasambi abalina experience nenze nja containinga mupiira okulaba nga njikuba omupiira nalabye ku baana ba Kings of Kings baana bato nnyo nabale bali fit balina speed naye nja kugezaako okulaba nga ncontrollinga speed yaabwe nabo nsobola obbajjako win.
That's the coach for Luweero Giants Queens, Mr. Lugolobi Edward. And of course, try to get one of the players to have a word or two with our dear viewers. Amanya gafe?
Namyalo
Lydia Namyalo. Ono muzanyi wa tiimu ya Luweero Giants abangudde omupiira ogusoosewo goals bati 3 ku 2. musobodde muto okuba nti mwangula omupiira gw'olunaku olwayo gwe ng'omuzannyi?
At first tusoose kuba bulungi, tubadde ne pressure since yebadde first time yaffe okujja wano, pressure ebaddewo naye we tumaze first half tugenze nitusobola okwetereza kuba ffe tubadde twagala win bali tubalinze ne bakoowa ate ffe nga tupika bupisi kyetuvudde tufuna win ne kyatubadde ne courage n'obuvumu twavudde nabwo eri nga tukimanyi tugenda wangula era nebaza mukama.
Mubaka ki bw'osindikira abantu abakulaba eruwero bonna abali mabega wa ttiimu eno eya Luweero Giants Queens?
Nze kyenjagala osooka bagamba omupiira si mubi, omupiira mulungi, kino kitone. Woba olina omwana weeyo ng'amanyi omupiira muleete asambe omupiira kubanga ebitone byaffe abamu tubituulidde ate nga oluusi bye bitutwala ne maaso. Nze nsomedde ku mupiira okuva wentandise paka wemazeeko naye mukama musaba annyongere ku kyennina ate era nyongera omwebaza atukuume tubeere balamu. Abali eyo mbebaza olw'okutuwagira ab'Ekayindu, ab'Eruweero, Kalule, Matugga mwenna mbebaza nnyo mwebale kulaba UBC balaga omupiira guno bemmanyi bokka. Mukama yeebale.
Of course, as a player, a leader, player for Giants Queens, trying to give in the praise to the Most High God, of course, for getting that street win. That's very, very, of course, strong win in the first game of the FUFA Women Elite League. Of course, sending a signal to all the parents to be behind their children in terms of talent development. Yet again, I'm with the coach here, Mr. Odong. Mr. Odong Stephen, the Odong Summer rather, tactician, of course, for team Jeza, Dynamic Jeza, the team that had lost the first game of the FUFA Women Elite League. Coach, losing your game 2-0 up and then 3-2 down at full time. What's your take on that?
Yeah, we started well. I thank the girls, but I think they took it as a done deal and relaxed. Yeah, but we shall go back to the drawing board. Yeah.
Of course, like you said, you're playing your second game. Yeah, the group is in very tough. Of course, we're having Gafford, we're having King of Kings. They look to be a big bogey sides to you. What do you take of this? Playing your second game tomorrow. They are, of course, it's a double header. You're playing today, no time for resting. You're playing tomorrow. I think, what do you have to say about this?
I think we shall go relax, talk to the girls. We shall manage our second game. We shall come all out for the second game tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, thanks so much, coach.
Thank you.
That's Mr. Odong Samuel, a tactician for Dynamic Jeza, of course, losing the first game of the day. And again, my comrade, Mr. Joel Muita, one of the women football encyclopedias we are having in Uganda. Of course, to wrap it up for this match, day one, the first game of the day. Joel, 2-0 at half time and then 3 at full time. It has been a goals galore in the first game of the day.
I clearly could say unbelievable, especially for the performance we saw in the first half. We thought Luweero didn't look the part, but eventually they went and rectified their mistakes, like the coach said, making a couple of changes, including shifting Florence Nakagwa from defense to the middle of the park, and you clearly saw the difference. She even scored their first goal. Then Teddy Achandi up front, she was giving them a lot of efforts in there, and clearly you saw in the second half, Luweero came to play. They knew their mistakes they committed in the first half and rectified them. They eventually came back stronger and eventually deserve all the points that they got today.
But to me, I saw like Dynamic Jeza tried to seem to be looking tired in the second half. To me, I think Luweero got off that advantage to try to capitalize on that tiredness, of course, point, and then get the 2 goals and then get the winning goal.
Yeah, it partly played the role in this loss. You would say they seemed a little bit reluctant, then tired, like you said. One of their midfielders that was brought off, she was really tired, but eventually you wouldn't really take away the fact that Luweero gave in the effort, made sure that they played to their maximum and eventually got that point. When they got the first goal, they kept believing, kept moving forward, and eventually, as they went by every time, because I talked about them taking away the chances, clearly in the second half they took away the chances. They would have even actually scored another goal. But you, like I said clearly, it was about taking chances. They eventually came and did that, and of course capitalizing on the fact that Dynamic Jeza, like you said, they seemed a little bit tired and they had run out of steam. So it's about lasting the whole distance, not running just relays. This is a marathon. If you're supposed to play 90 minutes, you must play to the full. If you play 45 minutes and you're really perfect, you must play the next 45 as well. But dynamic cases looking very good in the first half, looking ogwash in the second half.
Before we wrap it up, of course, chances coming in for Achandi hitting that stanchion, and of course even in the first half, and yet again getting that winner for Team Luwero Giants. To me, it looked to be a turning point for this game.
Clearly a turning point for them, and actually even in the first half, the few chances they got, it was through Achandi, dribbling past the different defenders, making sure he lays up her teammates, but they were not taking away the chances. When they came in the second half, she was literally involved almost in every goal, and eventually also got onto the score sheet. A bit of a goal from one post to the other, then finding the back of the net. Clearly, Teddy Achandi, and I've seen one of the managers of the teams from the FUFA Super League.
Yeah.
He's already here trying to spot, and has already talked with the coach.
Not even manager, but of course managers. I've seen a couple of them trying to have a feel about these games.
Clearly, they know this is the bedrock where they should get players that they must promote into the senior teams. And if you come here and spot, probably you can get them at a cheaper price, at a bargaining price, than waiting for them to end the entire season. You can talk to these different managers at the start for now, and probably make the deal as soon as you can.
Of course, Joel, about the goals, to me, one of the goals that made me look surprised was Achandi's goal that hit the post, and then the goalkeeper tried to make that effort, try to pull it back, but again, the post down and went up, the post up, and of course inside the net. To me, it seemed to be that Luwero didn't give back. Of course, Joel, you know, in soccer, what I've seen in women's soccer is like football is kind of boring. But of course, if you try to use the chances you get on goal, trust me, what I've seen in the FUFA Women's Super League in the first place made me get satisfied that, of course, if you get your goals and then you try to capitalize on them, of course, sit back and then start passing that ball around this carpet, you would not even get tired at a single minute.
Exactly, because every time you score the goal, you get that confidence, you get the morale to keep pushing. And like I said, when Luwero got that first goal, through the the centre back who moved to the midfield, and actually I'm told she's a teacher by profession. So she's playing here, but she also does her work elsewhere. So when they got that goal, they kept believing, kept moving forward. Then the goal you talked about, Teddy Achandi, clearly an effort from Sandra Ndagire from the right wing. And I learned to know that Sandra is called Messi. So
the Messi of Luwero,
yeah, the nickname that she has. She's Messi. She laid up Teddy Achandi really perfect well. Then Teddy Achandi used all the effort inside the space, got the spot real well, tried to shoot a low drive that went and hit the first post, then eventually moved to the other post. Of course, you would say the goalkeeper didn't do that well. After the ball hitting the first post, probably she had all the chance to go and clear that ball off the line, but she just looked on as the ball went past and eventually got into the back of the net. So for me, clearly, I would say Luwero really deserve these points. At first I thought it would be a walk in the park for Dynamic, but eventually when they really didn't put up a fight, especially in the second half,
football is Maracado.
You clearly see that Luwero really deserve all the maximum points for their effort, especially in the second half.
Okay, that's it from Joel Muita, and of course it's full time. Luwero Giants Queens 3, and of course Dynamic Giza scoring those 2 goals. Coming up at 1 p.m, don't forget, it's Asuboga for ladies up against King of Kings at this very stadium, the FUFA Technical Center. Don't go away.
It's taking the last bus home for a surprise visit. Closer together is strangers finding a connection. It's bringing